Sometimes I get this weird happiness stumbling across a low quality YouTube video from like 2025 with maybe 100 viewers, and it just hits me. Like YouTube feels healing in those moments. Like no crazy edits, no high montage, just someone talking raw behind the camera and saying what's on their mind. And honestly, that's the whole reason I made this channel. Like I've been posting since 20 2016, and I deleted all stuff because yeah, it was cringe, but not gonna lie, but I kinda miss that OG YouTube energy when people just spoke. And like right now, I'm just sitting in my room, like with four white walls, kind of feels like a slaughterhouse or something. Yeah, empty and blank, but in my head, like they stretch and bend like House of Leaves, if you know what I mean. And um, these media that these fragments of songs, clips, and weird corners of the internet, they spoke little holes into the walls. Like um, they are giving me escape roads, and yeah, and don't mind the guitar behind me. By the way, like I don't even play it, and that's super embarrassing. But um, somehow it's part of the room's vibes and part of the ghost object around me. But yeah, I can maybe add something um, on the wall in the future, or sooner, like who know. And yeah, speaking of the ghosts, like yeah, music does that too, right? Like burials, intro by British electronic artists like Burial, and like tracks like Homeless or Shell of Light are like just dripping like memory. It's not just dubstep. It's nostalgia carved into sound, and it's like the city at 3 a.m. Loneliness turned it into a rhythm, and same with Music Has the Right to Children album by Boards of Canada, uh, that made an album that's somehow both uh, comforting and unsettling childhood memories without faces, like in the cover of the album, like loops that sound familiar but strange, like um, deja vu in audio form, like it's therapeutic and creepy at the same time. And that feeling has a name actually. It's called Inamoya. Uh, I don't know if I pronounce it like correctly, but yeah, like it's just the nostalgia, like for a past like you never left. And like when you see grainy video home system footage of kids riding uh, BMX bikes in the 80 under sunset that feels older than the time, or some black and white photo of strangers laughing in the 50, and you act for it even though you were never there. So your brain doesn't care, like it feels uh, in the blanks, tells you yeah, this was home. Like put up some PS2 horror games for the first time in the 2025, and that low poly fog feels similar, but it's not. It's just like sometime my your and my nervous system, like recognizing a home it never had. And maybe it's not even about the past. Maybe it's about now. Maybe the world we're stuck in feels too plastic, too dead. So our minds like invent an alternate timeline where things were warmer, more human. Even though the past was rotten too from a distance, it looks so perfect. And that's the paradox. And and if Anamoya had a soundtrack, it would be Buckethead. Like, yeah, because think about it. Like, a dude with a mask with a KFC bucket on his head, shredding like a ghost, flickering through the decades. One moment it's funky 70, next it's arcade 19, belongs everywhere, and like belongs anywhere, and he belongs everywhere. And if you listen like to tracks like Pad Padmasana or Rise the Blue Lotus, I feel like you have already heard them before. And when I first heard one of uh, his songs, it's immediately opened up a space from a forgettable childhood for me. And I said, I heard this song on a random news channel, but I couldn't remember the name because I had simply forgotten it. But his melodies gave me the opportunity to try to find the loophole in the depth of my memory or revive it again, and I can call it like maybe um, a Proustian experience, like if you get the reference. And the mask matters. The mask says, I'm not the person. I'm not a person. I'm a channel. And he erased himself to broadcast these ghost signals like an operator in an abandoned amusement park at the dusk where uh, the carousel creaks but no one's riding. And still, um, my brain swears it hears like kids laughing. And that's what his music is, like time collapsing on itself. Which brings me to this word I love, like the creepiness, not horror and not even jump scared, but that subtle unease when something feels familiar and alien at the same time, like when the world glitch and you can explain why. And that feeling is tied to culture, to memory, to how society keeps in check. And it's cracks in the system, gaps in the illusion. And maybe that's why I'm talking to a camera low-key with bad lighting, many noises to keep that ghost energy alive, because um, YouTube used to be like that, fragmented, messy, but real. And now I just want to tap into that feeling again, even if it's just me, my white walls, and all these simple stuff around me. And that's the paradox of Anamoya. We ache for belonging in a world that was never ours. We mourn memories that never happened, and Buckethead is the perfect embodiment of that space between. He's not just like playing guitar. Open. He's holding open a door into a ghost timeline. And I guess Buckethead music, it just an experience of time.